Recently, the founder of SaveAFox, a rescue dedicated to saving domesticated foxes from fur farms, has passed away. To be respectful, I will not be going into any more detail other than saying that she took her own life, largely in part due to online harassment she received. Now, you may be asking yourself, what on earth could someone like this wonderful woman do to receive so much hate? Michaela, the owner of SaveAFox Rescue, dedicated her life to taking in abused foxes that lived their entire lives in small metal crates as they waited to be slaughtered for their fur. It's no secret that the fur farming industry is insanely cruel, after all. Well, the answer to this may surprise you, although it certainly does not surprise me. You see, SaveAFox adopted out their rescued foxes to qualified individuals that passed their application process. This made more than a few people on Reddit, Twitter, and Tumblr angry. The only thing stuck-up animal community folk hate more than themselves are exotic pet owners, after all. These absolutely schizophrenic people engage in the most obsessive behavior I've seen towards people like SaveAFox. They dedicate their time to pruning through every social media post made by her just to pick them apart and find things to complain about while attempting to construct a narrative that she is an animal abuser purely because of her pets that she owns. The animal community has a massive problem with this. Absolute schizos like this are encouraged and enabled by people online who think they are morally justified in their crusade. Let's read through and discuss some of their content because my is it cringe garbage. So here we have one of the main blogs that engaged in this online harassment. I will not be censoring the name because it's publicly available and they are quite proud of the work that they have done. And as you can see, they are also quite proud of the fact that they don't care about any criticism, so... Anyways, let's keep going. So as you can see today, they are just completely schizophrenic people. Not only that, but they are extremely rude and they pick apart every single social media post that she makes just to be intentionally negative about it. They don't like anything that she does. And I found this one particularly interesting. So here Michaela is talking about her pet sand fox, a Rupel sand fox actually. This schizo actually thinks that she's talking about her fennec fox. They are so uneducated and stupid that they do not even know what a Rupel sand fox is despite trying to criticize her for owning one. And this goes back to the main point I always make about exotic pet critics. They are stupid and they do not know what they are talking about. Michaela was not talking about a fennec fox. She was talking about a sand fox, and they are completely different species that do not even look similar. So going down here, we have people saying, "How can people even think SaveAFox is a rescuer? It's obvious that she just sees these animals as her fancy exotic toys that she can do whatever she wants with." And this vile person says, what you can see here, claims that she just wants to be a Disney princess. Completely ignoring the fact that SaveAFox is a legitimate rescue and a 501c3 sanctuary, and, has rescued hundreds of foxes from fur farms. Here they are complaining that she has a pet bobcat, which, has a very nice and large enclosure and is well taken care of, but God forbid you pose with your pet. That's just so evil. And for some reason they are extremely mad that she doesn't post that she has the bobcat, which is a recurring trend that you'll see. They are mad that she doesn't post every single animal that she owns, because for some reason they think she's obligated to. Here you can see them obsessively obsessing over her having a retic. For some reason they really care about what she owns. As you can see, just more schizo posting about her not posting literally every single animal that she owns online for them to discuss and pick apart. The animal community as a whole really does have such an insane issue with animal people just being abysmally toxic. It is ridiculous. Again, as I've stated before, these people, generally they do actually know quite a bit about animals, but they are so opinionated on certain topics related to exotic pet ownership in particular that they feel morally justified in crusading against anybody that they disagree with. They are incapable of having a civil discussion with exotic pet owners on anything. They just are set in their ways. They think it's abuse. That's that. If you have an exotic pet, you're an abuser. And they think that they're justified in shitting on you all day long, making fun of you, going out of their way to leave nasty comments on your shit. And you even see this happening with others like the Urban Rescue Ranch. They have people that are just brigading against them as well for being exotic pet owners. People are livid at Urban Rescue Ranch because he has capybaras, and not only that, but he sells them to people sometimes, and they just can't stand that. It makes them livid because exotic pets bad. I volunteered at a zoo when I was 20 and they said exotic pets were bad, which means they are just bad, bad, bad. Forever and ever, no matter what points you bring up against them, no matter how many times they see people with happy and healthy pet foxes or pet capybaras, they just hate it, and they're gonna shit on you for it. And I've just never really seen anybody discussing this topic, and I felt like it's finally the time to bring it up. Because while everybody knows the tragedy that happened at SaveAFox, nobody really understands the context behind it. And even weirder to me, nobody is willing to bring it up or call out why it's happening. And it's not going to stop unless we actually start talking about it. It's perfectly okay to have criticisms about exotic pets and the exotic pet trade and industry. And even with owners, just because you have an animal doesn't mean that you're immune to criticism on how you care for it. You can certainly even be a bad owner. It's just this terminally online behavior where we sit and nitpick and nitpick and nitpick and obsess over creating drama and sipping the tea that is so incredibly toxic and bullshit that I'm just sick of it, and I wanted to make this video to discuss it. At the end of the day, what I'm really trying to say here is that we need to call out this rat behavior from people on social media in the animal community who feel morally justified to go on full-blown crusades towards exotic pet owners like SaveAFox or Urban Rescue Ranch, purely because they have some deep-rooted hatred toward exotic pets. No, you are not morally justified in shitting on these people just because you personally think it's animal abuse. They are not abusers, you are just a garbage human.